as a mom of two with two baby daddies, somehow that made me feel like my stock went down. Mm-hmm. Because now I have to explain how I allowed myself to get here 10 years later. 10 years later. And it made me expect less of a man. Like I lowered my criteria. And my brother said to me, as he was talking to me, he was asking these questions to me. And I was like, well, these are the things that I looked at. And he said, I always saw you with a certain kind of guy. Like, and I'm not saying this, he was like, but I'm like, I told him, I was like, well, I just feel like at this point in my life, it's important that the kids have this, the kids have that. And he was, are you shitting me? And this is how he said it to me.
He was a teenager.
He used these words exactly. He was still in college. He was like a sophomore or freshman. And he was like shitting me. And I looked at him and he was like, excuse my language, but are you shitting me? Mm-hmm. He was like, are you kidding me? He was like, I look at my sisters, I look at you, and I'm like, yo, I'm always talking about shit. I'm like, yo, my sister is the dopest thing in the world. And I'm hearing this boy speak to me and I'm just like, why am I not seeing myself as that version of me no more? Mm-hmm. Who are you? Are you Caden's mom? I'm gonna cry. Are you Peyton's mom? Is that all you are? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Are you just the person who's there for everybody? Who's Kash? Who is Kash after, you know? Mm-hmm. I didn't process the loss of those twins until this point.
Mm-hmm. Which is why everybody looked at you like, what the fuck?
I didn't really think about it. I never thought about it. Thank you, Tahoe. I never thought about it. I was just like, yeah. Because during the pregnancy, I couldn't.
Right.
We cannot process the loss of a child while we're carrying a child.
Exactly.
Right. So I was like, nope, we can't think about it. We're not going to think about it. So I literally spent 9 months not thinking about it and then had the baby. And, you know, you roll into the next part of the job. So now we got to care for the baby. So now here I'm a year later.
And you didn't have time to process that loss. You didn't have the opportunity to process that, to grieve it in any type of way that was a significant way of processing that loss. Like that's
your womanhood goes through so many turns. And here I was saying to myself, you have been capable of everything. But in this moment, like, it was just a whole thing. So what people started to see when I stepped out on social media and I started to be a little more bold and I started to push a little more boundaries, it was like, this is my healing.
Right.
I need to remember her. So you going to see her, whether you, and if you're uncomfortable, get the fuck off this page.
Exactly.
Because she's not going nowhere again. But it took a lot. And, you know, I'm fortunate. A lot of women can't do what I do online. You got jobs and stuff that you got to, I'm in a career in the field, so it didn't have the same implications for me in my career. In fact, it actually brought more people to me for the things that I did. So I always say to women, I don't encourage that they do it that way, but I do encourage. I started to pleasure map in ways that was crazy. The way I used to have sex with me, and I'm not just talking about playing with this. I'm talking about, baby, we used to set the room. We had the mirror. We had the songs. We had the scents. We had the little snack in the end because it was like a little bite to eat.
It's
and a little
why it's me, myself, and I.
Baby. And those sessions, I hadn't experienced squirting since like the first time it ever happened. I experienced it for the next time. The next time I squirted in my life was by myself. And I was like, you should, and I was recording it because I wanted to watch it back later. I know that sounds a little bit invested, but it's something about reliving.
I mean,
it's something about reliving your own experience. I'm watching it.
You're learning about yourself.
Child, I'm over here and I'm so in my own zone. And then and you see me look at the camera going,
yeah.
I'm sitting there look. This is literally me with the video or whatever. So I'm like, this is the Womanizer Pro 40, by the way.
Well, all right.
All right.
Well, all right.
So
I gotta get ready to replace mine.
Well,
by the way.
I gotta get ready to replace mine.
Don't
listen.
Just, you know, because that Pro.
She beautiful.
She do her thing. And Song was like, I was on level 4. I said, what the fuck gonna happen if I go to 6 on this bitch? And I feel like going through that process really just completely altered my relationship with self. And after that, I was like, I felt like me again. But I did not recognize I was depressed. And I think a lot of women who go through postpartum go through it not knowing you're even in it.
Because you're in a fog. You literally can't see the forest for the trees. You really are you're going through it, getting through it. So I used to commute from up top to New York, to the city
all the time
for work. I did it for 3.5 years. -36 out of 10. Do not recommend. The timeline of when I did this, though.
Did you say negative 30
I said what I
seconds?
said. I said what I said. And so I say this because I did this when my oldest, I started doing this when he was like 2. Okay. Right? And so actually before, we moved up state when he was 2. I started doing it when he was 2 and continued until he was 5. In that process, I was doing this pregnant. Wow. I did this going through a full pregnancy, going through my life blowing up a little bit, going through the postpartum of it all with this baby. And until he was maybe 1, I was doing like this commute. And in retrospect, it's like, well, how did you do it? I don't know. I was just going through it. But also, if I look at pictures of me from that time, like there is less life in my face.
You can see it.
Like my light is dimmed. I am drained. I am literally drained. Why are you so mean? Because I'm tired, bro. My kids don't like long rides because we used to drive
all the time, back and forth.
From upstate down to the city. And my thing is, if wherever you go to school, I got to work near where you go to school because I got to be able to get to
you in the event
and
of
so we
anything.
all doing the trips all at the same time. But in dealing with that, like I was probably absolutely depressed, absolutely dealing with postpartum. My life had blown up a little bit from what I wanted it to be. And so, but I didn't realize that. Like I had to hit a point where it was just like, oh, whoa. Wait a minute, and pivot from that. Yeah. And the pivot is when I started doing my mommy resets, is when I started engaging in things that were more and that were specific to me, specific to things that I enjoyed doing. And so I started going to the dance classes. I miss these dance classes. Kason, if you're listening, if you bring back body language, the art of seduction, girl, I'm there. I swear, I promise, I will be there. I will not miss no classes.
I remember.
Bring it back. But I'm gonna go. But I started doing.
I remember because you had videos
right.
around it.
I started engaging in those classes. I started just going out and doing more stuff that was specific to what I liked specifically. And part of how I've evolved into the business that I'm in now is that my goal is improving relationships with self so that you can improve relationships with others. And part of the evolution of that is realizing that if I am not well, me, Perquida, if I am not well, then nothing I touch is well. And so if I'm not well, my kids are not well. And so part of the reason why I'm just like, fuck them kids, I'm out, is because part of my wellness is engaging in things that I find joy and pleasure in. That I engage in that intentionally as a way to support my ability to show up for others. I can't show up for anybody else if at a minimum I'm not showing up for myself. And when I start to lose sight of that, the universe has this fun way of reminding me, hey girl, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I need you to pay attention because you're not engaging in yourself the way that you need to. And when I thought I was doing a thing, because I was like, oh, let me do the races, I broke my ankle. And it was just like, sat down. And now it's just like, I pay attention now because I don't.
Because, baby,
I don't want no
sit
smoke.
You down now.
I don't want no smoke for the universe. And so I'm more invested.
30s, 40s, 50s.
Right. And I also don't want to forget to come back to you because I know you said you asked her the question and I knew you had something.
Child, I don't know where we're at.
No, we're good. We're good. 30s, 40s, 50s. And we're going to do the grandma thing. Take care of your bodies because you're talking about doing things that keep you happy.
Right.
For you. I can't do the things. Dance? Oh, that's my thing. Oh, you have no idea how much I'm sitting there going, I remember when I could move like that.
When I be out there shaking it.
I'm almost there.
I want to see it,
I'm almost back there.
Even if you don't give it to the people, send it to me.
I'm almost back there with this ankle. I'm almost back there.
Especially when you do the mirror thing, but that's another story for a moment. Both these are arthritic. I have been asked to consider replacement surgery, which is another hell motherfucker ass no. Because
I need to keep that phrase in my pocket so I can pull that out at another time.
It's the healing time,
right?
Thankfully, I found somebody who, when she teaches you how to do it laying down. Because I miss belly dance.
Oh,
it's not even just the whining.
I love belly dance.
It's control.
It's
that. It's sexy too. It's the move.
God.
It's knowing
I did it when I was pregnant.
And I think
the best.
And because I had discovered belly dance as a preteen, like 11, 12 years old, I understood my body wasn't about the male gaze. It was about, this feels good.
Right.
Then later on learning that there were different variations of it across the globe. But now, for me to be able to do what I love, which was also helping me to maintain my weight and things like that, it's too much pain. So getting to those things
this is
that...
the plug of
Take
care
time.
of your
Do
body.
it now.
Right, exactly.
Now. Do the things to
Do
strengthen
the
your
strength-
body
Don't-
now.
I'm not even talking about weight loss. I'm talking about strength
Strength
training.
training.
Yeah, no, strengthening.
Yeah.
Strengthening.
What?
Baby,
Because
you
once
know-
you lose your legs, your life becomes incredibly
Also, on
difficult.
top of that, as we age as women, our muscle mass and our bones density also becomes a thing. Like it actually deteriorates with
It
time.
does.
You have to fight against
But I
it.
also
Yeah.
have, I have the little gift that I gained I gained muscle mass before I gained definition. So I'm trying to work on that too. So I can keep as much of my muscle mass. I have a grandmother who broke a door in her 80s.
a door?
Yeah, she broke the door because she didn't like what my cousin said, and she went after her, and she broke the door down. But
grandma had the strength to knock a door down. Is the point.
exactly her
Right.
mother.
Don't lose the plot.
Wait,
right?
ready? Her mother, after having had a heart attack, was jumping double dutch.
I'm not.
So
okay.
I have shoes to follow.
Man.
I'm not even going to try to fit them shoes. Shoes to follow.
That was not my size.
No.
Well,
That's not my size. I'm just
That
gonna
hurt
walk
my-
by.
that-
I'm
that's
just
hurting
gonna
the
walk by.
pinky toe.
That's not my size.
No, but you're saying not my size. I'm a 10. Janie may have been a 5.
Yeah,
So that's a
no.
whole other story. But at the same time, these women who, that physical power,
Right.
understanding, even in the household growing up, my mother was always a plus size woman, but we had weights in the house.
Right.
So it's always been about strength. And then I grew up also doing yoga. So where I'm at now, has it impacted me? Definitely. But people don't see that because they're like, oh, you're fine. You're walking around. No, boo. You
I'm
have
feeling
no
it.
idea what it takes to get to this point.
Yeah.
And even being careful with your medications as you're taking care of whatever discomfort. Did you know that high blood pressure is a side effect of ibuprofen?
I'm fucked.
Child.
I be taking Advil like Skittles with
And
the
I
way
only
that this
found
ankle
out
hurts.
Leave,
because-
right?
Like, yo,
Really.
the way that my ankle be hurting,
But
I'm just
when
like,
you,
hey,
you know you
give me
reach
all
a
of
certain
it.
point when anywhere close to your bed is starting to look like the medicine cabinet. Or you just got it next to you because
I
you know
feel
you're going.
judged,
I'm gonna
first
be
of
honest
all.
with you, and then what you said is so real because it doesn't take that long. Here's the other thing: like when we hit the perimenopausal and menopausal state,
No.
these are also side effects of it that actually can exacerbate. So here's the thing: even for me, depression, ADHD, all these things. It was actually perimenopause that made them
in.
show up, right?
Absolutely.
And I read something recently that's important to say because we're talking about the birthing experience for the for the mother who's giving birth. It also shows this for adoptive mothers.
Yes.
And you know, because there's still a innately connection that you start to form and bond, you know, and that
Right.
also makes you lose identity.
They're pheromones.
Right. But then here's the last one, because I want us to talk about a thing or two before we cut out. But I have to say also what you guys said about the word identity, right? When I did my first retreat, I named it Reclaiming Me for that reason. I understand what it is to lose yourself and find your way back,
Right.
but also find your new self because you're never going to be that again, right?
Correct.
And I learned actually coming through motherhood, all of that, but also there's an identity that comes from being a partner, right? Like I'm somebody's woman, right? And so there are roles that you feel and multiple layers
Right.
that sometimes squeeze the room for you out, and it becomes a lot easier to justify doing those things that you was talking about, like not doing them. You know what I mean? Well, I can't have time for this. I don't have that. And what I can say I've learned from this, I have to give this credit to Chris. One thing he said to me is like, you know, he doesn't do all the things, work hard in his life to not enjoy the things that he
Right.
loves. He
Yes.
gets very aggressive about his personal time. When he set his sight on it and something else out there is trying to, you know, get away with it, I probably the only thing that can interrupt it. He don't be getting that mad.
Well,
but,
I mean,
you know, because I got certain,
Yeah, the
Man.
classes that she gives.
I got certain skills.
She's gonna make it worth your while.
That he'd be like, I guess I could do it tomorrow. but I don't manipulate that too much. But also I just watching him see how strong he is on this. Like he don't really let nothing getting away with it. Even his daughter, he'd be like, out of here, get out of here. And I had to like learn something from that because I would use the same things that he would be the reasons that he's like, hell no, is the same reasons that I'd be like, I have to.
Right.
So those same, you see me 1 minute on an inversion bench, and I'm like, damn, you ain't pull it out in 3 months. It becomes easy, but give yourself grace, right?
Definitely.
Give yourself
I think grace. And then paying attention to the language you use around how you decide to engage or not engage in something. And so, one, not judging yourself for not doing something you've always been doing, but also thinking about how you use rationale to say, oh, if I just skip it today, or if I just do this, I can, the if I just, like what is the cost for the if I just? If I just don't go today, it'll be okay. But you know that if you skip, this is me with working out. Like, if I skip my workout, then we're done. We're down for 3 months.
Yeah, oh no.
Like, we're down for 3 months. But it's just like, whatever comes back, what is the thing that you're taking away, and what's the cost of you not doing it? Especially if it's something that is supportive of you, and understanding that a reinvestment in yourself is supportive of everything else that you do.
100%.
I think it's easy to, first of all, I don't believe in balance. I don't think that's a real thing. I feel like life is one of those, the prize wheel.
There's always going to be
like
something.
It's the prize wheel.
There's always going to be things that are not getting the attention
spinning
as
the wheel,
others.
and whatever shows up on this half is the thing that I'm engaged
Especially
in.
the moment you become a parent.
And whatever's on the other side of it.
Especially the moment you become a
Right.
parent.
And whatever's on the other side of it it will get attention when we spin the wheel again. And so, I'm sorry. Oh. And so, I think part of it is kind of like it's important to me to compartmentalize how I'm prioritizing things. So making sure that I'm engaging in things that I enjoy, that I like to do, but also as a parent, the type of parent that I want to be and how I want to show up for my kids is, all right, I'm going to make sure we'll be late, but y'all will eat every day before you leave my house.
Baby, and I barter time. Like
you gonna,
tomorrow.
We going to eat.
Yeah.
We gonna eat. You will leave my house and have a meal. I don't care what else is going. We gonna be late. Hey, he missed first period. Yeah, but he's not hungry. So
exactly.
And so like understanding like those are certain things. I want to support your sports. I want to support these things. I want to be able to support that. But part of me being able to support that is me working a full-time job. Your pop's working. Also, me doing these other things that I find joy in that I'm also able to get paid for, i.e. bedroom candy, sexologist, a professor. I get extra money so that I can do the fun things,
yeah.
right? And the other things that I'm able to fund is also investment in myself.
Right.
And so I haven't taken a mama reset in like
a long time.
Yeah.
but I got one coming in July.
Good.
Okay? Paid for.
I definitely, because I agree with you on balance. I believe you have to barter your time. I barter with myself all the time. So if you're going to take this away today, when are you giving it back? And what's going to, I don't allow myself to just take L's anymore. That's something I learned. I'm not going to just lose the thing I really wanted for something else. And it's not a plan in place to get it back in soon. Right. I see. So that's one thing. And then even me, I use something called a Wheel of Life that I reevaluate monthly. And I've shared this with BK Consultants as a tool. They don't see how it's a business thing, but I'm like, no. And it covers like these core areas of life. And I just every month look at those 8 core areas and rank them on a scale of 1 to 10.
Share that with me, please.
Right? Absolutely. I have it on my phone and I will pass it. And basically the way the activity works is very simple. The 8 areas of the activity touch on, personal growth, family, there's finances, there's, money. You look at everything. And, friends, relationships, significant other. And you ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where would I score this right now? And what I do, I don't try to tackle them all. I pick the 3 with the lowest scores. And I commit to something I can do within a week to improve the score a little bit, and something I could do across the month to improve the score. So that by the end of that month, those are going to be doing better, but there's going to be some other shit that dropped because I had to focus on those.
Absolutely.
But I found that it's every month, if I'm always reassessing it, then everything gets touched. Not always at the same time, but it eventually, across 3 to 4 months, everything's been touched at least once. And it at least makes me feel like, okay, at least I made sure I was intentional about giving myself this thing or picking this area up, because I realized if you let one of those areas lack for too long, you will feel it.
Absolutely.
And, I just think we have to not only have the tools, but share the tools that's working for us because it works. The other thing that I've been doing recently, and I'm working on a masterclass on this one, y'all, is I've been working my business around my cycle.
Huh.
And let me tell you, I know, but no, because you got different cycles. I'm not just talking about the menstrual. You might not have that going on, but you still got some hormones up in there. I just noticed that, and from women who are postmenopause, they'll still notice that there are certain times where fatigue is heavier than others. I just listen to my body.
Just understanding your hormones.
So if you just watch your body for a month and figure out, does it typically seem like around this time I get this way? Bottom line is, what I do is during the weeks where my estrogen is rising and everything is pumping, I'm feeling good. And especially, that's when I start to do some more of the fun activities. That's when it's good to paint something with the kids or watch a Disney movie or do something for myself, dance karaoke in the mirror and act like my whole house don't care about how loud I am. I don't give a shit. Y'all gonna listen to me. And when I am ovulating, which this is the one you ain't gotta fuck with no more. But when I know that I'm in my creation space, my body wants to create, that's when I get brainstorm my ideas. That's when I do those type of things because I have this energy for it. But when that fatigue kicks in after ovulation stops and I experience that deep drop of energy, that's when we can only do things that we can get done from the bed. If it can't get done from the bed, it's not getting done at all. Right? And I've been doing this for the last 2-3 months, little by little, because it takes time to adjust. Right. But the things that, and when I say from the bed, I mean the things that are routine, a little more automated. They require some touches. They require some things. Send some emails. Take care of this.
But I think that makes sense. Understanding how your body works.
Your body is demanding. Oh, and my first day of my of that phase is an automatic day off because my hormones shift so erratically from to. That it's I'm not fighting that.
Be trying to stay
no, baby. I'm going to just sit in a room, watch repeats of stuff, something, and cry and watch TV or whatever I want to do. But I ain't doing shit. Right. But it's not, everybody can't do it the exact way, but I find if you could find a way to give your body what it's asking for in that moment, you feel just a little more empowered because I kept feeling like whenever my energy would drop, I'm not productive. I'm not getting nothing done. I could be doing 20 things and still will feel like you ain't doing enough. So I'm working on it for women who are still receiving a cycle, women who've had forced menopause of a hysterectomy, women who've been through menopause and after, because I do feel as women, we don't really get our bodies back to us and fully because there's so many scientific hormones, things that's changing that it's you learning how to cope with those things because you have control.
And let's not add in there hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, PCOS, diabetes, all of those.
All the other things. And cardiac related stuff.
Also, trauma's impact on how your body now.
We got to give ourselves
things and what that looks like in chronic illness. There's so much chronic illness that shows up as a result of trauma because your body has never had time to not be inflamed and not have massive amounts of cortisol and adrenaline or running through it because of pervasive episodes and experiences.
Oh God, adrenaline with no serotonin kicking in after, so you ain't got no come down. You having a hard time calming. People don't realize that these are the hormones that they prescribe to you, but there are natural ways also to get them going because we do need to feel what oxytocin does for us. We do need to feel.
Masturbation's a good friend.
It is.
I mean, nothing like a good orgasm to get that oxytocin.
Talk to me, girl.
I've been homeless. With my 2 older children. And during the stressful times, even though their dad and we weren't in the same space when it was happening. So they would see him, but we're there. So that shower was my friend. So then that way I could, yes, we've got this thing going on, but this gives me my high. This gives me that little boost I need so I can go ahead and be mommy. Yeah.
And counts the things. No.
No, they're going to see this. Yeah, that's all.
I mean, your kids is grown.
Yeah, and they
be high.
No, agreed, fully agreed. But I'll still say to them, I'll give an example. So my eldest and I, when she turned 16, she was like, "Come on, mommy, come dance with me," during her party. I'm busy trying to make sure everyone's eating and doing all the stuff. She wanted me present.
Right.
When she turned 21, she was like, "Mommy, come on, let's go to the club." I said, "I can't." She was like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm your mom." At that time, that's how I saw my role. That was my 40s. I can't because mommy can't be there drinking with you. We can dance together. Hell, half your dance moves I showed you how to do. But I can't do that with you. Today, yes, I can. My younger daughter, because there's a gap, so she saw a different mommy.
Oh, it's always a different person.
Oh, they get a different mother for sure.
It's always a different person.
Well, there's an 8-year gap between her and the second.
Yeah, that's like Kate and They get a whole different mother.
Yeah, oh, definitely. So she sees a different mommy, and she gets the mommy, unfortunately, who's not as athletic, but she also knows her mom is crazy and will shake her behind as much as she can, who is open to alternative medications, who's open to conversations that she can share with her friends. Now, that mommy was always there, but it's more intense now than it was for the others. So she gets this totally different person who, in some ways, is actually more insecure than the mommy the other two got.
I think it's important in looking at that to allow yourself the grace of evolution around when you show up as a mother in whatever phase you're in, you are also a human that is going through navigating whatever that situation is.
And everything that's happening at the same time.
And everything that's happening at the same time plays an impact on how you show up in that role and what you know and what you've given yourself permission to engage in at that time as a parent. And
while being a grandmother.
While being a grandmother. And so I think all of that comes into play. I think something that's helped me with just navigating whatever my relationship is with my mom is taking into account that however I feel about whatever's going on, I look at it as she was also someone who was just doing the best that she could navigating whatever the situation was.
Right.
And for me, it's helped me to approach my relationship with her with more compassion and grace so that I don't have residuals. I don't have residue of
totally
whatever.
Understand that.
Like for whatever happened and good, bad, and different. I don't have like
they did what they did with what they did.
I don't have residue
and that's the thing. That's the grace that we even have to lend those grandmothers and great grandmothers, right? Because a lot of people can speak about what they didn't have available to them without lending them grace for what they didn't have available to them. I recognize that the knowledge my grandmother or great grandmother, somebody might have given me, was based on what they had available to them.
Exactly.
But there's a responsibility, like you said, for evolution, not just to evolve as a self, but knowing that we are evolving women with our life, right?
And that is the best part of what this work is
about,
yes,
right? And I think that's why I said we're Women's History Month, but like we're history today,
exactly.
Because even just us having this conversation is going to make another woman's life better in a way that it may not have been, or whatever the case is. So someone else might not earn us a Nobel Peace Prize, but we know
that ripple effect of positivity, of joy, and of healing, that's
where it comes from. And to be Black women of different generations sitting together having this intergenerational conversation where we all grew up in some different circumstances, even if there's some overlap, right? Because you can't tell me I ain't listen a 70s disco song track. You can't tell me I want to
Baby, my soul was curated in the 70s. I know that.
You can't tell me.
I know my soul was curated in the 70s.
I already, because soon as I
showed
hear
up
it,
in the 80s, but my soul was curated back then.
You want to know what I learned is one of the key ones. If you know how to work them shoulders,
yes,
because ain't nothing them girls in the 70s. They used to work the shoulder. I used to watch them videos, Sparkle and all that, and I used to be like, I'm gonna
get that shit. It was all about the shoulder shimmy.
I'm gonna get that shit down pat.
Especially if you're looking at the Supremes.
Yes, the Supremes for sure, the 60s, and then they carried it. So disco started to give a little bit more to it. They started showing a little more skin, a little bit too. But I realized that, like, even looking back at what those women's evolution was, I'm taking little bits of them too, and figuring out like, oh, I identify with that. I like that, And I noticed that at that point, I started talking and I started sitting all high and shit. But I recognized like, yo, mama, you ain't know. My grandmother was the first one, though. My great grandmother. I don't remember a lot because she passed away when I was young, but I do remember her telling me to let my coochie breathe. Right? Yes, she did. She walked around in the muumuus, and she said I had on. I forget what I was wearing.
It's who you hear.
Oh, as a child, I thought there was an issue with these. What is these giant dresses now, baby? I'm out of my clothes in less than 60 seconds.
60 seconds of walking in the door.
I need
let me just be free.
Clothing optional household.
Let me just be
clothing
free.
optional household.
Okay.
All my life.
And my thing was, I remember like when she said it to me, I first laughed at it, but she was saying it. That's why when I made the song, I Ain't Got No Panties On. It was an ode to my great grandmother on the low, because grandma, I'm letting this coochie breathe. But when she was telling me, I had on like something. It was restrictive what I was wearing. And she's like, you got all that stuff on. You better let your coochie breathe. I'm like, grandma, come on. I remember being like, early teen, and just like, come on.
Grandma
but now, I sit back with my coochie out and you heard, I got you, grandma.
Exactly.
Grandma, you a real one.
Exactly.
You're a real one. You let us know.
Listen, and now I preach it.
But think about who you heard those lessons from. Because you're saying it was your great grandmother. But it was my grandfather.
Oh, granddad, don't talk to me about my granddaddy.
He was the one.
He was
like,
raw.
Wait.
Too
Oh,
raw.
wait. No.
I'm sorry.
Wait. I never engaged with the first time with any lover without the lights being on the first time.
Interesting.
He said, boy, if it's a man or a woman, you keep the lights on.
My grandfather told me to make him take his socks off.
Athlete's foot, and then he did have a section.
They be ass. Tahoe, you have to tell me about that. Like, why do guys do that? Y'all be ass naked in a pair of tube socks.
Exactly.
And I understand
Does
that
it
you
keep
might
their
not.
feet warm?
But my thing is,
you athlete's foot. They're
first
hiding
of all,
things.
and they ain't even grip socks. So
That's
when you
not true.
when you behind all of this ass,
I read something that said
Especially
men,
if you-
for a better experience, men should actually take their socks off and women should keep their socks on. I don't remember the rationale behind it.
How he gonna put my
but I
toe
think-
in his mouth? Oh, no,
Listen,
mind.
I'm just saying. I read it. I didn't say it's something that you gotta practice.
What if he's got you up against the door? You're gonna slip. Come on.
Can he? I ain't gonna be able to lick my. Anyway,
No.
in spirit of getting to the end of this combo, because we could do this all day. I do want to ask
Did we
you.
answer all the questions?
You did. We did. And I actually am a fan of conversations flowing naturally because that's authenticity. I don't know how, and I'm going to say this because I'm divinely guided. I will write something and it will naturally happen. Like the questions I'll have, you'll answer them before I ask them. And then
Fair enough.
you'll see me check it back and realize, oh, she
Yeah.
answered that. So I don't know how, but it happens that way, and I'm not going to fight that. But what I do want to do is there are a couple of things that I wanted to speak to for the women out there who may be with child currently inside, who may have just had one, who may be preparing for one. And I wanted to ask you each to recommend 2 products from the BKC. Oh, you can do, whatever ones you will put in a must-have kit. Now, for transparency, I put a couple things on the table because for me, I could recommend a lot, but there's 2 that I absolutely feel like women must
My 2
have.
are on the table.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, because for me, hold on, let me grab a little turquoise thing. Right here. This bad boy right here.
That's number 3.
Okay. I use this after Caden.
Okay.
And I noticed that my return to pelvic floor control and a lack of incontinence that pregnancy tried to, shift up had really improved, because for a little while after having him, I would notice that, hachoo. And, I was like, we can't be doing this,
Baby,
girl.
the power of Kegels compel you.
We can't be geriatric Kegling out here yet. I'm not there yet.
For physical therapy.
Yes.
So to that point, if you are someone who has a vulva and vagina, look into pelvic floor therapy, especially if you have
People don't even know
had a
that there's
child. Like, everybody should get a little consult with a pelvic floor therapist just to
Apparently,
get a
it's
little
part
check.
of postpartum care for us.
No, and you know what? I understand why. There's so many things that
The muscles have been
impact
stretched.
right when it comes to it, and then on top of it, like you get your couple of weeks that they're telling you to snap back, but in all actuality, especially for me, there's a pressure sitting on your bladder that almost not just weakens the muscle, but is training the muscle memory of it, right? Because you get so used to not being able to hold it and getting preference in a bathroom with a belly, right? Because people be like, oh, let you go first. That goes out the window a little bit later. But your pelvic floor is still operating the same. But it's almost like your pelvic floor is learning to adjust to those circumstances. You have to teach it how to readjust any sexual function. So what I think we had just kind of gotten Crush around the time that I had him. It had to be within 2020, 21.
When he was still pink.
Yes, I still have the pink one too. This is the turquoise color. They come in both colors now. So I'm bringing this one because I've shown the pink one. I've never shown this one. And it's spring. It feels a little springy.
Yes, this is true.
I will say to you guys, this is first of all, okay. I've talked about it before. We'll put some video on screen. It has 2 apps. One of them is the play app. One of them is the workout app. I always call it the personal trainer for your coochie, or AKA your coochie facts system, right? Because it's going to give you analytics on that pelvic floor. This right here, you can use as a Kegel exercise, or you place it in. It has this right here that's detachable, but it's there to kind of, once you get it in there, snap up against the exterior regions of the vulva, right about outside the vaginal opening, kind of like such. And it keeps the Bluetooth transmitter right here in the charger port outside the vagina and away from it. It's almost like a tampon, it looks like, right? But when these go up in there, and I'm going to cut it on real quick. Let me see. What happens is with the workout, you'll see the light is on, and that's how you know everything is working. Just me squeezing right here is a vibration, right? So every time you do a Kegel, it will vibrate. However long you hold that Kegel, it will keep vibrating. That's right up on that G spot, baby. So even just without the app, even without whatever, that's going to function as soon as I squeeze. But what the app does is now you end up with this thing that's going to show you. And you know what? I like to not be,
better than Benoit balls.
Listen, it matters. But because
the old school was Benoit balls.
Benoit balls was the old, and you know what? And not a lot of them were necessarily designed weight wise to accommodate, building up. This actually detects your pressure. So it detects a few things. The first thing it detects is your initial squeeze, initial pressure. How strong are you when you initially squeeze down? Then it tracks endurance. How long can you hold that squeeze before you start to feel your PC muscles weaken? That's the second one. Then it's telling you, not just in a matter of holding it or whatever. And I'll let me bring.
It'll take you through a series of exercises of squeezing and releasing, and holding
connect
to help train your muscles to be stronger.
Right. And the dashboard. So you get initial pressure, you get endurance, you get control. So that's how well you can control. Meaning when the app is telling you to squeeze, release, how well are you able to do it on command, right? And then after that is your maximum strength. It shows you your maximum pressure. And it tracks that. It has like a whole score that it keeps you in. Now, let me go back because I've already connected. The workouts that you have are first timer, sexy trainer, mom to be, new mom, flow control, and virtuoso. In short, first timer is obvious. When you first start, I recommend staying at that level for at least a month. If you've done it consistently, at least 2 or 3 times a week for a month, you can kind of graduate. Sexy trainer is designed for, especially if you sit and work at a desk or you're sitting for long hours, your body doesn't naturally get that much movement walking, so you don't get the indirect workout that we get just from doing regular day things because you're sitting for a while. That's going to help you there. Mom to be is obvious, right? Which will really help with childbirth, y'all. New mom is obvious. Flow control, again, how true? Right. If that's you. Right? Yeah. I'm just saying, And then the last one, virtuoso, is for stronger orgasms. So this workout is designed to help you have greater pelvic pressure during intercourse, but also to potentially have some more
powerful
orgasms. But then I'm not going to go deep into it. But the Play app has some functions that connects to it as well. This can be connected by microphone. You can talk directly to it. You can use the DJ pad or fricker. You can set a playlist and let that thing do what it do. Okay, it connects to your Apple Watch. Got all different types of settings, but you can also connect to a partner. So you can play by yourself remotely, or if all your partner is doing is creating a user account, you go ahead and send a request over to them. They accept it. They now controlling your vibe. And now from their phone, they got the fricker. Okay. Now, anytime you want to take the control back, all you do is from your end in the connection. So they can't just unlimited control if you don't want them to have it.
So now there's no excuse to not have an enjoyable long distance
relationship. No. Yep. And there's also video call features. So they can video call you in the app and watch your reactions if you nasty like that. But I always say for people, this one right here, it was such a big part of me feeling that strength come back to where I remember it as a baseline, because in my case, I was pregnant a little longer.
Yeah.
Than your tradition.
Like a year.
11 months. And yes.
Jesus.
11 months, because the other pregnancy started. Right. Then I lost them, but I basically went from one pregnancy to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I went directly.
Thought it was more than 11, but okay.
It was because he came technically at the perceived 35 weeks, right?
Right.
But my due date was in April, actually on his brother's birthday. He came 4 days after my birthday.
That baby was full term.
That baby was big.
That baby,
he
like
had to be full term. Yeah, he didn't come out with a single issue, single problem.
Yeah. In the hospital,
that baby was full term.
Since I've worked in the hospital, because when you're working at WIC, you see them, but it's just like okay. Since working, I have seen babies, and I'm just like, are you sure on your dates? Because they look younger. They look older. There's a certain look to the baby.
Right.
So it's just like, you sure, Mom?
It was hard
Especially
for us to pinpoint.
Moms.
Yeah, because we didn't know the exact point in which the next child was conceived. We had to kind of guesstimate.
That was a guessing game,
yeah. Because he was hidden. Right. We couldn't see him behind the twins. Yeah. So we didn't see them behind the girls. So it was really like, until we didn't have the girls in view, then it was like, oh shit, what's that? So it was one of those situations. You got to imagine I'm still processing
Yeah,
that moment.
yeah.
It was a moment. It was a moment.
bet.
But
I
my
bet.
pelvic floor went through it because of how long I had been with some with a human on my body. But I will say that was one. And then for my titty feeding, make me over. Now I'm gonna pass. I'm not gonna talk about make me over because I feel like I want one of y'all too. But we didn't have Seduce Me perfume back then.
No, we didn't.
But we did have the
roll-on.
spray and the roll-on. Ladies, pheromones are not just for others. I started to incorporate the pheromones into my sexy time sessions I was talking about because you could pheromone yourself. You ain't, listen, till you know what it is to be attracted to you, you ain't ever experienced shit. I would put it on and just out of nowhere, I'd be just happy. Like, why am I so happy? And that would be the whole room spray the sheets. We had the sheet spray back then.
Oh man, that sheet
Oh
spray.
baby, that sheet spray. So I used to
was
spray
wild.
everything. The whole room used to be a goddamn aromatherapeutic, sexual, sensual environment. But I realized it just did a lot for my mood on the tougher days when I wasn't feeling like my sex. My sex. I gotta chill. I think I'm ovulating. Now that I think about it, because it's been on my mind a lot. Chris. And you're on vacation. Our anniversaries this weekend. There will be lots of celebrating.
Well, all right.
But I definitely feel like
Hydrate.
I wasn't feeling at times as sexy. But here was the interesting part. I think Caden liked the pheromones. Right, because even when he used to come up, I put it on my neck and on my pulse points, and so it would be in a region, obviously. But before he would go to the titty, he used to come to my neck first and then slither down to the titty sometimes. And so I feel like it used to even like attract my child to me. And I don't know if this is not scientifically proven, but if your baby's having a hard time latching, you never know. That getting close to your skin, wanting to be up on mommy, or for whatever reason, might do the trick. We don't have that problem. Even till this day, I want you to know, he's
Stop
still
blaming
squeezing
me.
my titties.
It's not my fault. I was not present for his creation. I
mean,
wasn't present for his entry into this
boobies,
space.
babies never stop liking boobies.
Do you know that the first thing that this child ever, you had the video when I saw it, I said to him,
boom.
okay, I told him G is for good night. Good night. That little motherfucker responded, B is for boobs.
Yes, he did.
Boobs. It was the first word that he knew how to spell was boobs. And here's the funny thing. One time he wrote it and he said, Mommy, it's not right. I said, what do you mean? He goes and puts a dot in the middle of each O and says, you missed the nipples.
That's your
Still not my
baby.
fault.
That's your
So-
baby. That's your baby. You
However,
educated
You know what,
him
though?
well. Look at
I
you.
had to teach
Giving
him. I
all
had to
the
teach him
knowledge.
how to comfortably ask. Because even to this day, it's a part of like he gets real. I'm like, you 6, man. You gotta chill. But I will say that this right here, using pheromones, is a quick pick me up, a mood lifter.
But think about it.
That will do
If
it.
you think about when you're hugging Chris, especially when you're in those moments when you're feeling submissive, where does your nose go?
Right into his neck area, right in that
All
crevice.
in there.
And that's
all up in
that's
there.
part of us as animals.
all up in there.
Be all.
And then for our children, we might start at their neck, but we go to the top of their heads.
Because we do naturally put our faces there. It's insane how you don't even think of, and pro tip, put the pheromones in your hair.
Ooh.
We don't wash our hair as frequently as we wash the rest of us. It actually lasts longer. And when it blows in the wind,
We are going with the wind fabulous, baby.
and if you want to trick them into it, just sit in there with a little hand fan. Blowing that shit in his direction.
What's that smell? You smell good. Come here.
Come here. You want to know what else? I take the roll on and I draw a line up my thigh on both sides, and I draw one from here to here so that all roads end here. I'm giving y'all my hoe tips, okay? But they're really pro tips, because if you want, they're directionally challenged. Sometimes you just need a little guidance.
Ready? So
Talk to me.
So
What's your favorites?
Okay, so if we're gonna address the favorites, it actually no, it still works. Oh my gosh!
To make me over?
Thank you.
Okay.
It literally jumped out of my brain. That's menopausal.
Yes. Brain fog in real time is a thing.
So make me over. not only
No,
being...
keep it close.
It's true. I gotta be careful with it. Okay.
You don't like big black objects near your mouth?
It's been a minute.
Definitely ovulating.
It's been a minute.
Go ahead.
Can't breathe.
Maybe a minute and a half.
Definitely ovulating.
Sorry.
Girl is nuts.
It's all good.
Cash, yo.
Sorry.
So aside from it being one of my favorite things just to have in my bag if I want to show somebody a BK product.
That baby is good for them titties.
So the funny thing is they actually have vibrators out there aimed at helping women get rid of the primary engorgement.
I was going to say.
So which I will say to somebody, because I actually had a few patients recently. If you already have something that goes bzzz, don't buy something else. Please. As much as I want people to buy from me, I will say if you already have a bzzz, use that to help.
Because it works.
You're looking, because we've got all these lymph nodes in there. So we've got lymph we need to move. We've got the muscles that are around the glands. We need them to soften up a little bit. Because sometimes people are pumping, but the milk's not coming out. And their breasts are getting bigger.
Oh my God, and it's so painful. I be in the shower, you be in the shower under the heat, like. But you know what you to the tune is. I agree with you. One thing I will say is that having the hand attachment, because if you're nursing, right, and you already losing some arms and things available to you.
Right.
I like that it was something that was on my hand.
That you didn't have to hold it.
Right. I also use the warm me up. Because the heat helps with expressing the milk.
Definitely.
So I would use the warm me up first for a little while and then the vibration to
See, this
move
is
it
why
down.
you had so much milk.
Yeah,
You were adding to it.
You out here giving all the stimulation to get the
Exactly.
thing
You were helping
going.
your body
Do
make
you
enough for
know?
7 kids. Come on,
If
now.
I show you a video of how this kid used to squeeze my titty when he was eating, he used to be like more.
See,
That's how
which
they
is
do
what
it,
he's
though. That's
supposed
the
to do.
stimulation. They're
But
supposed to.
They're supposed to do
They're
that.
supposed to squeeze and give it a little slap.
They're supposed to do that. They are puppies and kittens. They're supposed to do that.
Yes.
But you were adding to it with the
Because
massaging.
it was a lot and it was hurting.
But you
Well, you
added.
were
But you
also
told your body
multiple
make
babies.
more.
But you know what I will
that
tell
works.
you? That's what I was going to say. My doctor said you were carrying twins before you were carrying him.
Right.
And now,
This
you know,
is what was
we're
telling your
adding
body
to
make more. It
Child.
literally. If you see, if I had known you were doing it, I would have been like, could you put that away and put a little bit cool on?
I mean, he had milk for like 6 months after I finished nursing.
I bet.
Once I stopped, he still had.
I bet.
So I breastfed him for 3 years, but he had 3.5 on
So
breast
bet.
milk.
that still counts. In the
It
bottle
count-
still counts.
it counts.
So whether it's
Came
direct
from the
feeding or
titty.
in the bottle, it
Came
still
from the
counts.
titty.
Plus Zola, you know, every
Right,
now and
you
again I have my
right.
niece on my titty.
Exactly.
You
And
was out
she,
there
you know-
supporting that community, girl.
I believe the children are a future.
Look,
Such a
But
chocolate.
did I
seriously,
not say this is what I want to see more of?
Okay.
But definitely this, and then it continues.
And then you
after-
can-
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, and for those who
Multi-purpose.
feel weird about breastfeeding feeling good, it's supposed to.
nah, yeah, it's supposed to be comfortable.
That helps the process.
Right.
The letdown kicks into that oxytocin. Oxytocin being the love hormone, it's supposed to relax you
Yeah,
so
talk
that it's
your-
easier for you to breastfeed.
talk your shit.
Like, I'm just saying.
Wait. Hold up. Pro tip, not just as a professional, but as a mama. Get those thick beach towels and keep them bad boys in the bed. Because you will... If you're not squirting from below, you're squirting from the top when you have your orgasms.
It's one or the other.
Gentlemen, if
I will
your lady
say-
is breastfeeding...
I got a question,
Wait, let me get this
No,
out.
tell us to the guys
Gentlemen,
first.
Gentlemen, if your lady is breastfeeding and you wish to know if she has come, her breast will leak and spray you in your face. Yes. You're getting the pearls now.
No.
Okay,
No.
you get the pearl necklace now, okay?
So close your eyes, because
and
it's
it's good for
coming.
your skin, so don't worry. So if you got
open your
eczema
mouth.
or acne,
Oh, because you know
put it on your
yeah.
skin.
Because you know, I got a question about this real quick, because I want to hear Quitas and then we got to run. Yeah. But my 2 titties tasted different,
Okay.
right? So, and I don't act. Listen,
It's
I
normal.
want to
She's
walk
normal.
this out. Walk this out.
I've expressed from one, because in the beginning, one of them preferred one or the other, and I'm just curious, right? So I had a little bit of milk in this cup, and I tasted it. It was sweet.
Okay.
This one had a little bit more savory to it. It wasn't salty, but it
Gotcha.
it was like the steak
So,
went
it
here.
may have depended upon. Look,
You know what I'm saying?
look. Wait, ready?
This one had a little Lawry's.
So somebody decided to use some money to do research about garlic. Apparently, our babies like it when we eat more garlic when we're breastfeeding.
Really?
Yes. So the savory concept is not out of the blue.
Because I
It
definitely,
could
you know,
also
we
have
black, we gonna
depended-
use some garlic.
I know, right? Now, it could have been dependent upon which one had fed last
Yep.
on that side.
Yep.
Because the body responds to the need of the infant on whichever breast the infant is on. You can so there's something called tandem feeding. An older infant feeding at the same time a younger infant is feeding, or older child, toddler even. If the toddler is sick and only uses one boob, that boob will actually start to produce milk that's similar to colostrum. Because
Okay, a little
it's adding,
thicker.
right?
Yeah.
It's thicker and it has more antibodies in it because that's the child that initiated the whole, oh, we got cooties in the house now. While the newborn who's been home is getting medicine eventually, but the toddler gets a higher concentration.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Our bodies are fucking amazing.
Ain't no lies.
Amazing.
You can't
now, my
tell
other
us.
favorite.
Now, what's your other
My
favorite?
other favorite. This lady right here.
Oh, hot cakes.
Hot cakes. Or sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy too.
sugar daddy.
But mostly hot cakes. Because not only is she good for the coochie, she's good for deodorant.
Yes, and she good for under the titties.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Combine her with the seduce me in the armpits. Okay.
You're a natural pheromone magnet.
Wait. Because
You're gonna end up pregnant again, so be careful.
I got to reach over patients all day long. And sometimes patients have an attitude for whatever reason. And then I come in and, hi, how are you? Here, let me help you with your baby.
And they like this, you pheromone in the mamas. You on plate.
Oh, you smell good.
You ain't
Yes.
shit.
Didn't that improve your mood?
But just be careful because I do feel as though it might lead to another child.
Not over here.
Not over here.
Well, I mean, unless it's an immaculate conception.
I'm not on any. I'm
not
gonna
over
just
here,
say
player.
I'm not on any birth control. So
Watch out, Chris.
You're
It's
a responsible
anniversary
adult,
weekend.
and you know how to do things. Come on.
I know how to do a lot of things.
Exactly.
It's anniversary weekend. Now watch out now.
Regular things, strange things.
Fun and enjoyable.
But no, honestly, that for sure is it.
two.
Oh, can I say one? I know I want to give you yours. I want to put this one out here, guys. This is the Island Escape Nourish. This was the only fragrance I could tolerate while pregnant. And so I'm just sharing that because since I loved Butter Me Up and all of that, but my scent, the way my nausea was set up, so that was my light and airy. So I am gonna say if you're looking for a good moisturizer because our skin goes through a lot, that was one of my faves. It's nice and creamy. Ooh, creamy.
She's ovulating, guys.
It gets warmer.
She's ovulating.
It does.
She's out
And
there.
When you
here's
scoop it
something
up,
I
it-
learned from the manufacturer. It gets actually softer as you continue to touch it. So if you have your person do it,
I'm sorry. I am a small child. I'm sorry.
keep touching. Keep touching.
All
Now,
day.
Squeeta, give yours so I can get home to the man. Because clearly I need to go see a man about a horse. Nay!
Yeah.
It is the year of the horse and I am giddy upping. I know you ain't talking back there, the chef whose food gets her laid.
Oh.
She could put an
That's
orgasm in
where
your
I
mouth.
knew you from. You the chef.
Yes, she was at the convention that year
Yeah,
on stage.
okay.
Yes.
Probably.
What
But you
was
probably
it that
say
I
it
said
again.
that year? Oh,
Yes.
I said you gotta clean you gotta clear your palate before you suck a dick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite true.
You know,
Yes. And she does some
I-
great palate cleansers. Let me just tell you.
You gotta cleanse.
The roar of everybody when I said
I wasn't there that year. I heard
You gotta
about
cleanse
it,
your
but I wasn't
palate
there.
before you suck a dick. I mean,
No, because
Well,
sometimes
that's why I like seltzer.
her. Let me just tell you, but she got some
not
aphrodisiac
getting
palate
involved.
cleansers that'll explode in your mouth, and
Well,
the next
when's the
thing you
next
know,
time you
your mouth
cooking?
is all
Like,
watery.
Could a sis get an invite?
Can you?
I'll be a taste tester. What you
For
mean?
real.
You know.
Hello. Have you seen the curvaceousness of this?
Hello.
We stay curvaceous by
Did you
eating.
not tell them what you had for your birthday?
Oh yes, I haven't gotten to share
You're
it
the
yet.
chef.
Yes.
I saw
Wait,
the happiness.
I think we gotta focus.
The happiness.
we're not even going to take her word. I know I'm interrupting this.
Oh, wow, I'm
you
sorry.
can ask Tahoe because Tahoe got a.
He got a little side tasting. He got a little side. We got to, you know what? When we set up the date, y'all got to invite. We're preparing a little
Okay.
because honestly,
Has
no,
car
but
will drive. Just
okay,
needs an invite.
okay. But y'all, but what the funny thing is, ever since post having Kaden, I need food after I come.
She does.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But it wasn't.
She-
But it wasn't that way
needs certain
before.
Textures.
Oh,
But it's like my mouth
it's
needs.
part of your
understand
aftercare
that.
routine.
Yes, it's a part of my
Because
aftercare now.
they used to say if you want to eat afterward, that means you weren't satisfied. which is not true.
Oh,
But
hell
just
no.
said it's
I
not
mean,
true.
No, it's
But
I don't
eating
agree
is a
with
continuation.
It is.
A
Especially
joy.
when he's bringing it. Do you know how
Bro, feed me,
mighty
Seymour.
he looks when he walks into the room
Pretzel
with the
time,
snack in
and
his
then feed
hand
me.
after he's made me
Bro.
come? I look at him, my
Make
king.
me a pretzel. Feed me a pretzel.
He's got a halo.
Just
Now,
saying.
what's yours, Quita? Because we gotta have a separate call.
Yeah, we do.
What are your recommendations, even if they're not on the table?
So I would agree with hotcakes. We have the caring for your skin is a huge part of it, and so we have rejuvenate me and revitalize me. There's we still got the belly balm, the belly.
Yes, belly love,
balm.
belly love,
The belly love.
and we have it in a gift set with our love triangle, the sex position
Right.
pillow,
And
which could be
so
really good for alleviating pressure. When you're trying to
using
get-
using those to support caring for your skin afterwards. Your hormonal drop, so much happens to your body even during, but really taking good care of your skin. I used when I was recovering from my breast surgery, I used Revitalize Me.
Revitalize
all the
Me is
time,
awesome.
and it really did help with my scar healing. And so, like, using that, I would also say if we're in the process of starting to have the sex again, don't be afraid to grab some lube, put some lube on it, like Frank's Red Hot, put that shit on everything, have it ready and available all the time. And I'm
Everything.
saying that because if you're breastfeeding, that's impacting your libido. It also
Or even your ability to want to be touched.
the ability to want to be touched,
Right. So if
but
you're gonna be
like
touched,
it's
at least have the lube.
right
To be
it's-
comfortable.
Things easier,
so that it
yes.
makes it easier because with breastfeeding and the hormonal fluctuations that occur, it can decrease your wetness despite how much you actually want to have
it.
the sex. And so rather than we be out here with crumbs in the bed or all swollen and inflamed, just throw some lube on it. Keep
On top of
keep
it,
the lube
Listen,
present to
micro
support the
tears are a
process.
thing. You just
Nobody
had a
got time for
child,
micro
especially,
tears.
or if you are pregnant, you do not have time for an infection on top of everything
don't.
else.
You don't.
So lube protects from that. Now I will close on this one because this is a new one. We ain't have it back then, but keep your cool. I know the next time I'm in labor, that bottle
Yes.
is going to be in my
Do we
hand.
have a timeline? Okay, that's
We'll
off the
talk.
camera. Off camera. Off camera.
But
my bad.
honestly, I thought about it because I thought about how much my temperature varied.
Yeah.
And keep it cool. It's
And we
great
kept
for
getting like the
right.
cool towels and all of that
all
stuff.
of that
So,
kind
yeah,
of stuff. But
absolutely.
yeah, it's like an instant cool down. Even if you're pregnant in the summer or you know anything, it's just as women, okay?
You're hot.
You're
You're
walking down
hot.
the street, you need to
You're
cool
hot.
yourself
You're
off.
cool. So I would add that now. That would be something I put in my kit that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
To put in there.
That makes
but
sense.
you know what? We got
A
what
whole
you
table
need.
belongs.
I also think like have a little play with me with you. Like
Excuse me.
But
Yes,
like,
because
when
if you don't have a rebozo to get that pull,
right, if you don't have
get the pull
that,
with the play with
play
me
with me
'cause
can
it's on
also
your
help you
thighs
like
and-
hold the legs for the baby.
Exactly.
I was about to say,
I'm
how
just
about
saying.
I was about to say during delivery.
Yes.
You had your play with me.
Yes,
with you.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I had them on, and I definitely pushed them with play with me straps on my because the
I'm
stirrups
trying to remember if you. I don't recall.
because the stirrups are uncomfortable to me.
Right.
I don't like putting my feet. That shit is hard. It's metal. It's not that
and your
comfortable.
feet don't stay in the stirrups.
I've never
They
used
don't.
stirrups.
They
Your
don't.
feet
For
they end up
delivery,
back
I've never
here.
used stirrups.
But because of the pain I was still feeling, to play with me. So those are sex position straps, but I use from stretching just to say I put the straps on my neck. It's velvet lined, so it's very comfortable, and pulling the knees back, right? So it really helped supporting me even when I was itching and squirming. Play with me had me, and I
Right.
really do think that played a role in the ease of delivery. So listen. We're gonna put a video in so y'all can see the straps because you can't see them now.
Right. I would love to know what those nurses thought.
But it
when they
pulls
saw the
those
straps.
legs back.
They were confused as
Opens
all
up
hell.
them hips. Listen, I was like, all right, a whole bunch of stuff in this bag.
Yes,
Just
sure
you
did.
wait.
Sure did.
Just
So.
you wait.
Oh man, this has been everything, guys.
been
I
wonderful.
feel like we gave y'all a lot to chew on. So I hope this is helpful for any women. First of all, I want to thank you guys for being women who are making history every day. Thank you for the
Thank you
work
for
you've
having
done
me.
and
for having
directly have done for me. I'm special.
we
I
got
got
the girl, we in
these are the
this.
friends in my phone
in
book. But I will say,
I am reopening my practice.
are you? I'm so happy to hear that.
So
that makes me
remember
happy.
we were talking about the things that we are focusing
focusing
on?
on.
Right.
It's reopening my practice.
I'm very happy
All
to hear
right,
that, and
y'all.
I will be referring to you because
I'm
Okay.
needed.
all right.
I'm needed, and it's the mid-range versus the oh my gosh range.
Tell everybody where to find you guys. Like, where's your social handle or anything like that?
So it's actually my first name on all of my socials. Now that I think about it, my first and last name. So it's Jchemela Holmes, JCHEMELA Holmes. I'm on Facebook.
HOLMES.
Well, I'm thinking people no, what's cool? Sure,
I don't make any assumptions about
Thank you very
names.
much. I appreciate it.
I'm
Be
sure,
like-
make sure she got the spelling.
appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna put it on screen.
I appreciate
My
it.
bad.
Queen been trying to tell people that they're stupid today. I'm just kidding.
My bad. I'm
No,
just
she
trying
was
to help
not.
the people.
I'm
Thank
messing
you.
with her.
So I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. Actually, on my Facebook and on my Instagram, you will see the IBCLC.
Okay.
I am on TikTok, and I'm working my guts up to actually sit and do videos about breastfeeding. Where else am I? I'm in Discord looking, and I'm over on Lemonade looking. And I look, but you'll see that my name is there.
Okay.
So if you have a question, please, and I will answer any and every question.
Yes.
Working on getting a separate phone number for now, but I'm not going to put my number out there.
Anything I could do to support you, let me know,
Let's
please.
see. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to get that back on board because that was the reason for buying the car. So,
Well, now we have to make the money back for that.
Hello?
Okay.
deal and a half. Got a deal and a half. It's insurance calling me now,
Dr.
but anyway,
Payne.
yes, Dr. Payne.
So I am on Instagram and Twitter at QP Love Coach. You can also go to my website, queenspoise.com. I have an active coaching practice that I do for individuals, couples, but in alignment with that under Queen's Poise, I do birth coaching, breastfeeding support, parent coaching, parent sexuality conversations. I got to get somebody to help me organize myself to like roll out the workshops that I have, but I'm actively providing the coaching support that's needed. So you can get me at Queen's Poise, book an appointment, or QP Love Coach.
Nice.
Just one other thing, I am reaching out to the kink community because there are those who lactation and having access. I'm reaching out to the kink community because lactation and human milk, is a kink. So those who are
Oh, it
looking
is.
to get themselves
They used to buy my titty
relactating and lactating. Let's
We'll talk later because they definitely used to buy my titty milk.
Girl,
Especially them athletes.
girl.
What?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm sorry.
Boxers.
HCC.
No, there's no
MMA
yucking and yum
fighters?
here. I was
HGH
just curious. I was like,
better.
wait,
I'm
what
gonna make
just
it a
happened?
known fact.
Oh,
They
you were
love
both
titty
wrong.
milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this has been
wanted that
another
one.
great,
They
great
said it again.
episode.
let's say that.
Hold on, y'all gotta close out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, we started side talk.
This has been another great episode of the Business of Pleasure podcast. I'm wishing every woman out there happy Women's History Month. We'll be back soon. We're stepping into Sexual Assault Awareness Month, but we're also stepping into Autism Awareness Month. So we're going to be having some neurodivergent conversations and whatnot. Stay tuned. Come back. And if you know anybody who could use not just this information, but any of these products, y'all know to head over to bedroomcandy.com. Now, my recommendation is to go to find a consultant. That way you can get someone who's local to you, who could be your person. And if you're lucky, it might be one of these beautiful ladies right here. But more importantly, you get a guided experience through any of our offerings. And you know what? You're likely going to end up with a nice, good wow. As in, you know, I'm all for the pleasure. Thank you guys. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.